Hi guys, welcome back to Dancing with Bears. And today you're going to see that I'm cutting some wood out in the forest with my handsaw since my chainsaw's broken. And I'm dragging, I don't think I recorded any time when I was dragging some limbs back. I think I showed the truck that I filled with limbs that I drug back to put on my stick pile. And also I show a little bit of cutting the limbs or stick piles into log-sized pieces with my chop saw. So I don't know what all is in this video, to be honest. I don't know. But anyway, it was 3 degrees this morning, and I was up most of the night feeding the fire. So I had the fire in the front and the propane heater in the back. And actually, I kept it was 68 and 69 all night, which normally if I close off the bedroom and just use the propane heater, I'll wake up and it's 55 degrees. But if I want to stay up all night, I can keep it warmer. But that uses a lot of wood, so we're trying not to do so much of that. So anyway, stay tuned and watch my video. I hope you enjoy it. And remember to like and share and comment and subscribe. Oh, and I forgot. I also want to thank all my new subscribers. I picked up a few because I've been writing stories and posting them on Off Grid and Survival site. And I appreciate everybody who has been encouraging my writing. And I'll be doing more of that. And I'll try to do some reading on my videos. So that's getting pretty exciting. And also, I want to thank people that have bought me a coffee. So there's been some of those, and I really appreciate it. And I love you guys. So stay tuned. It's still coming down. But it looks like maybe only, I don't know if it's even a couple, 2-3 inches. I think the porch has got 3 inches, which isn't bad for 5 hours of snowing. Oh boy. Let's see if that shows. Well, let's see if the door will open. If the door's going to open for us this morning, sweetie. Looks like there's some snow out there. Well, the snow is up against the door. Wait a minute, CLovis. Just wait a minute. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, you squeezed. Okay, you made it through. I don't know. Is that 6-7 inches? Of course, you can't tell real well because the wind was blowing so much. So, but that's what Sylvester left us last night. It's supposed to snow a little bit more today. We'll see. Oh, CLovis is so excited. Have fun. I'm closing the door and starting a fire. Well, it got to 3 degrees last night. Well, it's supposed to be 3 degrees this morning. They say it feels like -9. In Ohio, they'd say wind chill would be a -9. But here they say one temperature that it actually is, and it feels like something else. So yesterday I did get out and shovel. I couldn't find my snow shovel yet. But anyway, a small shovel. I shoveled the yard so that when the sun shines this morning, it'll dry out quicker in my yard. CLovis always wants to go out. He goes out immediately and just lays down by the bus. He doesn't even go to the bathroom until later, which he's going to do now. I told him he can't stay out very long because it's very cold out there. So he'll be coming in shortly. Hi, baby. Clovis, your feetsies are going to get cold. You got to come in. Yep, you have to come in. I got a little bit more cleaned out through here, but when I get most excited is when I get oak. So I walked over in that oak brush and I got a little bit of that for the back of the truck and my fire. These are the oak pieces I got from over there, and the way I can tell my oak bark, besides the way it's shaped, is it gets this orange algae on it. So then I know I've really got the oak. Okay, so that's just some, there's some pine down the bottom, and then I got a bunch of oak on top. Just little oaks, but that's okay. And I was gonna go get some juniper where I saw the big guys who cut down some trees, but I got tired. So I'm gonna unload these onto my pile, my ever-growing pile. Although I'm gonna try to get my electric saw going today, so the ever-growing pile will be getting cut. little pile waiting to go into the bus, into the home. And Clovis is stuck around that big sagebrush. That's where he does his business, is on the other side. And he knows if he doesn't come back the way he came, he's going to get stuck. But once he goes and does his business, he doesn't like to walk past it again. So he tries to get away from it, and that makes him stuck. So I gotta get you inside. That's the box of cardboard and newspapers that I tear up the cardboard and wad up the newspapers so it's all ready for me to start fires. I get the cardboard boxes either like at Walmart or the grocery store. If I hit them early in the morning, they're empty in boxes, or my daughter brings me some from her job. And the newspapers, I used to actually, well, my daughter had a guy at her job that used to bring some the first year I was doing it. And then I actually was buying them from the people selling them on the corners. I'd buy like $20 worth of newspapers. And then I thought, gee, back in Ohio, I used to go to the library and get newspapers for my packing. So I went to the library, and now they give me a bunch of newspapers. There's one other person that started doing it, though, so hopefully this year we won't have a conflict. And I'll get plenty of newspapers. Here's my wood pile for inside tonight. I'll go through this much, and there's some pretty exciting large pink-centered logs. Those are my favorite. Those are the junipers. I love the way they smell, and they burn nice. It's a really hard wood. There's some oak in there. Those always burn really nice. Although on another night like tonight that's supposed to get so cold, I think they said it's supposed to be 6 degrees tonight. The pine is kind of better because it burns hotter, but these other ones, I like them. They hang in there longer. Got chili on the stove this morning, on this chilly morning. I should have gotten a photo of my breath. I have the curtain across where my bed is, and I heat that back there with my propane. And so it was 50 degrees back in my bedroom this morning when I came out to start the fire in the main room, or the living room, kitchen. And I could see my breath as I was walking. Often in the winter, if you put the drinking bottles of water on the floor, they'll freeze, especially over by the door. But there was a little spark even when I cleaned out the stove, which I was surprised to see because I hadn't started it all night. But it was still cold in here. I could see my breath. So everything's all hot and toasty already. Temperature brought up throughout the bus. I'm going to start the day. Now it's 82. Oh, well, my body's used to ups and downs. Oh, I forgot this is my Thanksgiving video. So let's see what we got good to eat for Thanksgiving. I have the turkey on Sadie. And although that's not fitting. Maybe because the turkey's too big. Yeah. And making the noodles for chicken and noodles. I made brownies. And I'm taking broccoli and carrots and Waldorf salad. I think that's everything I'm taking. Wendy's house sitting in house, and so we're going to have a house to sit around in and have Thanksgiving dinner. Bring in the noodles. Got some chicken stock. On my way to get turkey. Thanksgiving Day. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'm going to be missing my son Jason. He always made such a fine turkey. But I'm sure Jeremy and Wendy did a fine job too. So it's going to be fun today. They're house sitting, so we got a big house to sit down table that we'll have our Thanksgiving. It'll be great. Hope everybody's enjoying theirs. Happy Thanksgiving. We love you. Clovis is home alone, but he'll be all right. Actually, if he gets it figured out, there's kind of a gate across dividing him from the turkey that I'm cooking on the stove, which is going to be cold. The stove will be cold. So he could actually get the turkey and eat a whole turkey all by himself today if he thought about it. Hopefully he's not going to figure that out. So we'll see when we get home what he did. Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go. The horse knows the way to carry the sleigh through the ice and drifty snow. Over the river and through the woods, so how the wind will blow. It'll sting our nose and bite our toes as over the ground we go. I used to sing that, I guess, on the way to Grandmama's house for Christmas. So it's not quite the same thing. And it's not over the river and through the woods. But there's a long straight road and some mountains. Well, that's a wrap for today. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope we get to see you next week. CLovis and I love you. Another day begins. I hear the wind howling around my tiny home. I hear my wood-burning stove Sadie crackling with the slight roar of flames from the twigs I got in the forest yesterday. It warms the room almost as much as it warms my heart. We must leave at the break of dawn before the strong sun has a chance to melt the muddy road out. I love going to the forest with my border collie Clovis. I gather precious brittle limbs that have fallen from the lower branches of Mother Nature's great pines. They lie on a bed of needles, clean and dry under their canopy of green branches that didn't allow the snow to fall to the ground. Then I trudge through crust-laden snow that holds my weight momentarily before it gives way, dropping me lower another 5 or 6 inches. My bad knees cry in pain as they get twisted with the fall, but I forge on, maybe 100 feet, to a small patch of dead oak and juniper, whose diameters are only at most 4 or 5 inches. I lower my small chainsaw to the ground to insert my shoe into the handle so I can pull the start rope. I am not strong enough to hold it in one hand and rip the cord like most men do. When it's cold, my initial pulls count to 11. Then I switch the lever to the second position for 4 or more, and I hear its purr as I cut trees like butter. There are also a lot of branches cut and left by previous woodsmen, so I gather theirs along with mine, making quite a few trips. The trail becomes easier with the patting down of my footsteps, and my truck becomes full. I'm feeling a little weak today, so I quit after an hour and a half. Also, I need to beat the melting of the road, which is beginning to get a little sloppy. I'll cut my trees and limbs into logs at home, and break the tiny ones into 8-inch sections for kindling. My cup runneth over. I am so in love with my warm room as Sadie smiles with her belly full, and I sip my cup of hot chocolate.